Welcome back, history buffs. Today's gem of a story is the Great Diamond Hoax of 1872, where glittering greed met masterful manipulation. It's a tale of how two Kentucky cousins, Philip Arnold and John Slack, turned a sack of stones into a saga of swindle. Let's set the scene. It's 1871 in San Francisco, a city buzzing with the gold rush fever. Arnold and Slack, enterprising but not exactly honest, roll into town with a tale taller than the California redwoods. They claim to have found a diamond mine overflowing with riches. Their first stop? The Bank of California, where they casually deposited their glittering loot. This move was a masterstroke in marketing, sending the city's elite into a diamond frenzy. Among the starry-eyed investors were names like Ralston, Greeley, and Tiffany. Yes, that Tiffany. These were no small-time investors. They were the moguls of the day, drawn in by the allure of the next big thing. The cousins played hard to get, feigning reluctance to reveal their diamond field. But eventually, they agreed to lead a team of experts to their secret site. June 1872, a party of investors, led by Arnold and Slack, embarked on a journey to the supposed diamond field. They traveled by train to Rawlins in Wyoming Territory, then on horseback, winding their way through the wilderness. The exact location was kept under wraps, with Arnold and Slack leading their investors on a deliberately confusing path. Finally, they arrived at a field scattered with diamonds. The investors were overjoyed, scooping up the gems that were conveniently lying around. A mining engineer's glowing report further fueled the fire, and the press went wild with the news. But cracks started to appear in the diamond-studded facade. Clarence King, a Yale-trained geologist, stumbled upon this frenzy and was immediately skeptical. His geological knowledge told him something was off. A field brimming with a mix of gems? Highly unlikely. King's suspicions led to a covert investigation. The truth was unearthed. The field had been salted. Arnold and Slack had bought cheap, low-quality diamonds in Europe and scattered them on the ground. The dream was shattered. The diamonds were as real as a mirage. In the aftermath, Arnold and Slack faded into obscurity, but not before Arnold faced lawsuits and settled for an unknown sum. He later became a banker, his life ending dramatically in a shootout. Slack, on the other hand, chose a quieter path as a casket maker. The Great Diamond Hoax of 1872 remains one of history's most audacious scams. It's a story where the pursuit of wealth led to a spectacular fall, a cautionary tale that sometimes the most glittering prospects can be the greatest deceptions.